Let's not talk about what happened last season. Let's focus on the future. Let's focus on the fact that we have broken our record transfer fee 3 times in one transfer window, and we've also got £38 million sat in our bank. We've sold 2 very big players, but for a lot of money. Before I reveal to you who we have sold and who we've signed at the club, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please do remember, hit that subscribe button, click the like button as well if you're enjoying the videos, ding the bell so you get notified whenever new videos are released, because that way you don't miss a single thing with what's going on with Rupel, boom or bust. Now, let's see who's left the club. I feel like you might have guessed this already, but Joel Sabai is the first big name player to leave the club. 19 years of old, Ivorian central defender, playing now for Aston Villa in the Premier League. He's got 12 caps and a goal to his name as well, and he's also brought in £15 million, potentially rising to £19 million into the coffers, which is not a bad return for a player that cost us just £15,000. There is also a 50% sell-on in there as well, so if he gets good at Aston Villa and gets sold to one of the bigger boys, we're getting half of that. And the other player to leave is his defensive partner. Ismail Mazzari has made his way over to Germany to sign for Hertha Berlin. He has gone for a little bit more money than Joel Sabai. He's gone for £21.5 million, potentially going up to £24 million. Once again, we have a 50% sell-on in there. And that's a proper 50%, not 50% of the profit. That's a full 50% sell-on. Again, not bad for a player that cost us literally no money, and in fact, made us a bit of money as well back in 2022 and 2023, which is the first season we bought him. The first of 15 new players to join the club. We've gone big. We haven't actually spent a lot of money, but we brought in a lot more players because I think we were very slim on the ground last season. It's Andrea Kopalny, a player who we actually kind of arranged to sign back in January, and I didn't realise that we were actually getting him at the end of his contract and not in January. 26-year-old Italian central midfielder coming in on a free transfer. I think he's pretty good. Herve Brew is next up. He is an 18-year-old Ivorian right winger signed from one of my favourite teams, ASEC Mimosas in the Ivory Coast. And the reason why I brought him in is, look at him. He's just good, isn't he? He's gone out on loan back to RC Abidjan in Ivory Coast as well. He's cost us nothing. He's cost us £100,000 and we're getting a bit of cash back, which is always nice to see. I mentioned this player at the end of last season. It is Voyelwethu Gwambi. Maybe that's his name. He's a 19-year-old South African central midfielder. Naturally defensive, but we don't play those, so he's going to be more of a central midfielder. I think he's very good. The plan was he was going to be the Bacoma Zazua replacement. However, I feel like we've got somebody a bit better. He's coming on a free. He is going to get the odd game. You can see he's already played a couple off the bench. Demeko Duhaney is next up. An English right-back signed from America, because apparently in-game he made his way over to LA Galaxy, Philadelphia Union, Sporting Kansas City as well. The 26-year-old is worth $3 million. He's cost us nothing. He is basically the Wagner replacement, a player who we missed massively when he got injured late on in last season. Hopefully Duhaney is a sensible fit and he just kind of slots right in. We've got ourselves a big name player as well, in my opinion. Oliver Batista-Meyer, a player who is very good. I think he has a fair amount of potential as well. Signed obviously from Bayern Munich. Free transfer, not costing us a single penny. And he's probably not going to play a lot of football either because he's not actually one of our best left wingers. But he gives us that option. 24 years old as well, still plenty of time to develop. I know Batista-Meyer reasonably well from a few seasons ago in Football Manager 19, I think it was, with Newcastle United, where I signed Batista-Meyer. And he wasn't too bad. In the left-back position, we have been fairly light when it comes to players who are good enough there. Basically, we've loaned left-backs for the last 2 seasons. We've now signed one. Rob Nizet, or Nizet maybe, is a Belgian left-back who starts the game at Norwich, which is a bit odd. Apparently, he went to Tampa Bay Rowdies and then made his way over to, I think, Holland. Then ended up at Genk, where he didn't really play anywhere. And we brought him in on a free. It says he's an emergency backup. He's our only left-back. Still plenty more players to go. This one is one for the future. Idrisu Asamoah, who has been signed from Gafana, maybe in his native Ghana. He came through my scouts and they went, he's pretty good. And I went, yeah, fair enough. I'll bring him in on a free transfer. Similar to this man, Arnaud Facon, signed from SC Lyon, who used to be called Lyon Duchère a couple of years ago, but apparently they changed their name. Anyway, we brought in Facon. He is a French left-back. He's probably our second choice left-back because, as I mentioned earlier, we've only got Rob Nizet. One of the times where we broke our transfer record over the summer is for Bruno Amione. He is one of our new central defenders, signed from Verona in Italy, 23 years old, Argentine central defender, 3.5-star current ability, 4-star potential. I think he is what we needed, basically. We needed to get ourselves a big, decent central defender, but still young. This is a key part of the way I play Football Manager. I don't like to buy old footballers. Amione fits that bill. He's cost £1.8 million. He is not our most expensive player. He's the middle one where we broke our transfer records. There's someone who was cheaper, but technically he broke a transfer record anyway. And that is this man, Filip Christiansen, who is a 17-year-old Swedish central defender, and he's cost £700,000. But there is a reason why I wanted to buy this player, and that is because I think there is a huge future in Christensen, similar to Sabaya Mazzari. I think he's probably the next one off the production line. By the time he's maybe 21, 22 years old, and hopefully he's still at the club, hopefully we're a Champions League club by that point, and he's not going to want to leave. Filip Christensen is a player to keep an eye on throughout this save. So is this man, who has cost us absolutely nothing. Jose Abraham Fulgencio, maybe? It's a complicated name. We'll get there eventually. 18 years old, came on a free transfer, formerly of San Jose Earthquakes. You can see basically this summer I went and looked in America at players who've been released from their clubs. I found this guy, 5-star potential, just 1.5-star current ability. Hopefully in a few years' time, we're going to see a lot of Fulgencio. That's his name, nailed it. Another central defender to join is probably one of our oldest players now, and it is Luis Montsma, maybe. Signed from Porto and apparently Lincoln City. Of all teams to play for, he was at Lincoln City at the start of the game, maybe at Dordrecht. But yeah, we've brought him in on a free transfer, got released from Porto. I think he's very good. He's a natural ball-playing defender, 3.5-star current ability. I think we've got a good player here. So we've actually we've replaced our entire back four, but I think we've got some very good players that have come in. We're almost at the end. Kim Yoon-jun is next up. South Korean right winger who basically our scouts found and went, buy him. And I went, okay, and I'm not too sure why I did it. 2.5-star potential ability on Kim. I want to loan him out, but I don't think anyone's going to take him yet. He's only 19. One of the things we struggled with at the end of last season was scoring goals, so we brought ourselves another striker. Wisdom Ubani is a 22-year-old Nigerian striker, formerly of Heartland FC and Giant Brillars, whoever they are. I think that's where he starts the game. He has come in for about 70,000? 86,000. There you go. He's been fairly cheap. He scores goals fairly consistently as well, which is good to see. But Ubani most likely will be starting games on the bench. But when we need a goal, he's the type of player that hopefully we can bring on and hopefully can score them. And finally, our record transfer at £1.9 million, also from Hellas Verona's in Italy. It is Matteo Gabbia, a player who I often sign on Football Manager when I'm doing these kind of smaller team saves. He's not superb, but he's certainly good enough for us. He's probably going to be here for a couple of seasons. 25 years old, 4-star current ability. Still apparently a bit of potential in there as well. Gabbia is in. Gabbia is certainly going to do a job for us for a couple of seasons at the very least. That is all of our transfer business. The window is closed. We're on the 12th of September. We've also got all of this nonsense going on. So we brought in £37.5 million. We have also sold, if we sort by fee, there you go. Tristan Decker has left. Silas Naka has left. Felipe Shevchenko and Abu have all left on permanent deals. Some of them for reasonable amounts of money. In particular, Decker for £500,000. Then you can see we've loaned out a lot of players. Archivadze, Thomas, Bernard, Bru, Vatany, Saliufall, Bob Verlinden, Luca Palizzi as well going out on loan to Paphos, Gildo, Torres and Adam Hunter, the Gibraltarian. They've all gone out on loan. This is what we like. 34 million in the bank, 11 million transfer budget. Look at our wage budget as well. We literally can't spend that, partially because I'm trying to be strict with ourselves when it comes to wages. But yeah, we fixed the finances. We haven't, however, got ourselves a new stadium just yet. So in pre-season, basically, we were told that it's been delayed all the way to the 14th of November, which is fine because we can carry on playing at Antwerp. We have to pay a bit more money, but it's a big enough stadium, basically. That's all I'm saying. It's a big enough stadium. We're getting a reasonable amount of attendance. Our stadium will hopefully be ready mid-November, so maybe a couple of episodes' time. I'm very aware that this episode so far has been very talky and not a lot of football-y. So this is what's happened so far this season. We're doing all right. We're not doing anywhere near as good as we were the last 2 years. which I'm weirdly okay with. We've drawn a couple of games, Oostende and Charleroi. We've beaten OHL, we have lost against Anderlecht, and we've beaten KV Turnhout 7-0. So yeah, we're not doing great. We're 9th place in the table, but if you said to me now, we'll end the season here, I'll take that. I'll finish 9th, no European mess. We'll be laughing straight into next season. Okay, talking out of the way, let's play our one and only match of the first episode. It's going to be at home against KV Mechelen. I say home, it's not home, it's at Antwerp Stadium, but you know what I mean. We're the home side. It is going to be Andre in goal, a back four, which is obviously completely changed from last season. Dehaney, Gabia, Amione and Nizet. I still don't... Is it Nizet or Nizet? I feel like it's Nizet, you know, but we're going to probably call him Nizet. Peters and La Rosa will be the central midfielders. La Rosa is homegrown. I don't know how long that's been, but yeah, apparently he's homegrown now, which is good to see. We've got Shema and Dudushava on the wings today. We'll come back to Dudushava in a minute. Mohamed Faye and Andrezinho will be our strikers in this one. On the subs bench, Stuckey, Sio, Batista Maya, Ubani, Ferreira, who we'll come back to as well, Perez and Olivier Dehuahulu. So, what do we want to have a look at? Dudushava. Let's take a look at Dudushava. The 20-year-old Georgian, who we loaned out last season, I think, to Dilagori, he's come back looking pretty good. And he's basically made his way into the first team, which is why Polizzi has gone out on loan. But yeah, Tengiz Dudushava already scored a couple of goals for us this season and an assist. So far, he's making a decent impact. Shema, however, isn't. Like he was last season, he was pretty poor. So he might be dropped sooner rather than later. Andrezinho is another example of a player who went out on loan last season. He actually played for Fortuna Düsseldorf in Germany. 24 games, 2 goals to his name. He has come back and he looks very, very good. I'm still not sure whether he's a striker or a central midfielder. Because of injuries, basically, we're going to give him a chance as a striker today. Because we don't play in the middle. We don't play attacking midfielders. Arguably, I mean, he's good as... He's 3.5 star at each one of those, isn't he? Could be anywhere. And finally, Pedro Ferreira, who is actually Belgian. He doesn't sound it. I think he's part Spanish or Portuguese. Portuguese, there you go. But he was born in Boom. So he is a Boom local. 21 years old, right back. He came for our youth intake in probably the second season, maybe even the first season. But yeah, he looks pretty good. He looks like he might have a bit of potential. Doesn't look amazing. He's also 6'2", so he's more of a centre-back in my opinion. I don't like tall fullbacks, particularly ones that can't cross or dribble. Or have much pace. But anyway, Ferreira's here. He's on the bench. So last time out for this Rupel Boom side, we won 7-0, but it was the Croquis Cup, and you always win about 7 or 8-0 in the first match of the Croquis Cup. KV Mechelen, I think, are going to be a little bit more tough than the side that we played. Where are they in the table? 11th. Okay, it's 10th versus 11th. Then if we win, we've got a chance to propel ourselves up into maybe 5th in the table. Like I said earlier, if we finish the season in 9th, I'm weirdly okay with that. As long as the board are happy with that, I'm weirdly okay with that. 5 minutes on the clock, and KV Mechelen have a chance on goal. Hits it over the bar. So that's not ideal. It's not the best start. We are at home. I hope that we get ourselves a couple of chances. Ideally, I mean, we want to win, don't we? We want to win. I was saying about finishing maybe 9th. I'd take 9th. But I also want to win everything. I'd rather finish top of the table and get into the Champions League. Nizet down that left-hand side. He's been tackled. Are we going to steal this away? Shema's got this. Loads of space. Goes back to Eliomar La Rosa. He's going to run across. Slots that ball through. And Andrezinho really should have put that in the top corner. It's still 0-0. Andrezinho with the best chance of the game so far. 25 minutes on the clock. La Rosa just smashes that upfield. Faye's controlled this. He's gone off towards that right-hand side. He's going to have to score this. He doesn't, but Andrezinho, what are you doing? It was easier to score. It was genuinely easier to score then, and you've just hit it wide. Peters with a corner for us. It's towards Gabia at the front. Breck Peters collects it once again. He, by the way, has got really, really good. Dehaney into the penalty area, and the Englishman's effort goes just wide of the post. Still 0-0. We're looking good. We should arguably be 2-0 up now, shouldn't we? Smith to this man's name. It's long and confusing, so we're not even going to try it. Crosses in. It's a header clear from us, but not the best. Veldman edge of the area. 2 Rupel Boom players in front of him. Tucky, whatever his name is. Palmer's there, and Cole Palmer has put that in the bottom corner. KV Mechelen take an undeserved lead in this match. Don't be doing this again to me, game. Do not do this to me again. I don't want to lose every game on camera. Corner for Mechelen just before half-time. It's at the back post. Dehaney gets it cleared. Dudushava's going to not get that. It's gone through everybody. Back to Andre. Okay, that was weird. That was very strange. Andre's just smashed that upfield. Faye's not going to get there. and KV Mechelen can come forward with the ball in the centre circle. On towards the left-hand side, Dehaney doesn't get there. Gabbia controls it. The Italian across to his former Verona central defender partner, although I don't think Amione played too much in the first team. Androzino controls it. He's going to play it backwards. Okay, all the way back to Nize, the former Norwich man. La Rosa, who's picked up a yellow card. Breck Peters, who's still a tiny man. He looks a bit bigger, doesn't he? He looks slightly taller at the moment. Maybe he's grown. Peters is going to run with it. Down the right, Dehaney's there with him. Does use him. Plays it through to Dudushava. And Dudushava gets his third goal of the season. Makes it 1-1 going into half-time. That goal we needed. That was a goal we deserved. We should be 3-1 up right now. Still not quite half-time, actually. Peters has it. On the left is Nize. In front of him, I'm changing his name every time he gets the ball. Nize running down the left-hand side. 4 in the box. Tries to cross it. Hits the first man. La Rosa this time gets the cross in. Has another chance and another chance. Just smash it, La Rosa. He does. Hits it wide of the post. Could have been 2-1. Should be 3-1. I will say this every time. It should be 3-1 to us at half-time. We've missed a couple of very good chances. This one in particular. It's 1-1 then. We've got an XG of 1.7. We're lucky to still be in the game, really. I say that meaning that because we're not taking our chances, because we've got that Dudushava goal, that's good. I'm just going to say that wasn't the best. While we're here, while it's half time, let's take a quick look at Breck Peters. He's 5'1". I feel like he shrank. I'm pretty sure he was 5'2" before, but Breck Peters, 18 years old now, he's getting good, isn't he? He's getting really good. He could be the Pacoma Zazura replacement. Like, I never even considered this. I never considered Breck Peters being the Zazura replacement. But you know what? He might have the ability to do it. No changes for us at half-time. I was going to bring off Dudushava until he scored his goal. And then his goal has changed his match ratings. He's put that in, but he was miles offside. It's a great finish from a ridiculously tight angle. He's made it 2-1. It is going to be flagged for offside. We are going to probably have VAR, but he was definitely off. There you go. Confirmation. Are we even going to see the replay? Look at it. I mean, you can see him there. He's already off. He's in line with the penalty spot. He's in line with a penalty spot. What's his awareness? Like -3? Peters with a corner towards nobody in the middle. Nize's not going to get there. Acevedo's collected for KV Mechelen. Backwards to Veltman. We need to steal this away. Cole Palmer, the goal scorer for Mechelen. Schufs runs towards the centre circle. Now Smith on the right. He's got some company in front of him. We're going to nick this away. It would be nice if we do. Acevedo all the way back. We are pushing them back, which is good to see. But it also means that we are pushing further up the field, and then they can possibly just get behind our defenders. It's a header forward. We've got it clear, though. Gabbia finds Schemmer, who's going to run off towards the right, please. There you go. Lots of space over there for you, buddy. Keep going. It's not the best, but Androzino's there. We've taken the lead. We've taken the lead. An assist from one of the KV Mechelen players. Androzino has finally made up for his absolute ridiculous cock-up in the first half where he missed an open goal. We're 2-1. Right, do we do any more changes? Any more? We haven't done any in the first place. We've got about 20 minutes or so to play. Faye will be coming off. Wisdom, Ubani. Ubani? Yes, it is Ubani coming on. I might change the fact that we keep swapping our wingers over, and I don't know whether it's like beneficial or not. Because what seems to happen is the wingers end up getting on the wrong side that they're not good at. Peters' corner. It's Amione. It's not on his head, though. It's clear. Dudushava's going to get there first and play it to Peters. No, he's cut off towards the other side instead. Keeps going. Dudushava, the Georgian. He's gone for a long-range effort. Imagine if that went in. That would have been a great finish. We are going to change it. We're going to change it now, if we can. I can't remember how we do it. I think you go player, and then you go you, and then there we go. Right, stop doing that. And then you also stop doing that. There we go. Right, stop swapping sides. It's getting confusing. 10 minutes left. Nize gets it. Androzino's been tackled. La Rosa with acres of space. He stopped. Why did he stop? Ubani gets it. Terrible pass. Dehaney edge of the penalty area. Cross it into Schemmer. And Arba Schemmer gets his first goal of the season and his first decent performance as well, apparently. It is 3-1 now against KV Mechelen. We've managed to secure ourselves the 3 points. Surely we're not going to throw this away now. I say that with as another highlight begins. Wonderful. Tuki, still don't know his name. Dehaney gets it clear. But it's going to come back towards us. Diwali. Down the left is Smith. He's got, I think that's Ubani with him, actually. He's chased him all the way back. Diwali once again dinks it over. Tucci's going to get there. 2 in the middle, 1 in the middle. What's happened there? Nize kicked it into the striker, I think. And then Andre makes the save. There's still time. 5 minutes. 5 minutes still to play. Left-hand side is Veldman. He's got some company in front of him. We're going to stick a foot in. No, we're not. Andre's going to come out. Hold on to that one. Take your time, buddy. I feel like I should change from positive to something a little bit more slow, shall we say. Dudishava's got this on the left. Are we going to make it 4? It'd be great if we can make it 4. Andrezinho, lovely touch. And Andrezinho gets his 3rd of the season. Slots it under the keeper. It is 4-0. It's game over. How have we done this? After what happened at the end of last season, this performance is kind of a kick in the teeth, because arguably we had a better squad last year. Right, let's do a couple more changes. We're going to take off Dudishava for Batista Maya. I want to get Batista Maya some games. We're also going to do... Do we do Ferreira? No, we don't do Ferreira. We do... Andrezinho's on a hat-trick, so we don't bring on... Right, we'll do Sio. There we go. Sio's going to come on for Amione. Arguably, I should probably play Sio ahead of Amione, but I think Amione's a much better player. Sio's probably got the potential, but I don't think he's ever really going to excel to a point where he's as good as players like Mazzari was basically last season. Andrezinho on the left-hand side. He's on a hat-trick. Can't get his cross in. It's going to hopefully come back. Sio, the South Korean, finds Matteo Gabbia. Forward, Shemmer on the right-hand side. Dehaney's making a run. Does use the Englishman. 4 in the box. He's gone down. Is it going to be a penalty? Shemmer keeps it in play. Highlights carrying on. Dehaney with acres of space. Shemmer again. Peters is there. It's La Rosa. He's had a chance. He's hit a defender. It's cleared. We're still going, you know. We are still going. It's cleared once again. Possibly KV Mechelen can counter-attack here. Nize, lovely interception. And now Batista Maya can go down the left. He's played it through. Andrezinho is there. And Andrezinho gets his 4th of the season, his 3rd of the match. It's 5-1 against KV Mechelen. What has gone on here? And it ends 5-1. What a performance. What an absolutely ridiculous performance. All of the Andrezinho goals were in the second half as well, weren't they? It was 1-1 at half-time. The second half we win it 4-0. A hat-trick for Andrezinho. Batista Maya comes off the bench and gets a 7.2 as well. I mean, I'm kind of lost for words, which isn't ideal when you're recording a YouTube video. So that result moves us up into 4th place in the table. But obviously there's a few teams below us. Genk, Ghent, Standard Liège and Anderlecht. All the big boys from Belgium, all below us with a game in hand. Assuming they're all going to win their game in hand. I don't imagine it's possible because one of them's probably playing one of the other ones at the very least. But we're going to be about 5th or 6th in the table, which actually, I'll take that. I'll take that right now. 5-1 against KV Mechelen. Absolutely ridiculous performance. Next episode then, where are we going to go? I'm expecting... not a huge amount to happen this season, but that KV Mechelen result has kind of given me a little bit of excitement. We're going to go for Beerschot and... no, we won't. We'll go for Antwerp and Club Brugge. The league champions from last season, in Club Brugge, I mean, and our local rivals and the team that basically chased us all the way and then screwed us out of the title. And then we screwed ourselves out of the title. Also, this might be our first game in our new stadium as well. That'll be very fitting to play it as an Antwerp derby. That's what we'll do next episode. Thank you very much for watching episode 1 of season 6 of Rupel Boom or Bust. I cannot believe we've scored 5 goals in an episode in one match as well. But we've also managed to sell £30 million worth of defenders. Bought ourselves a lot of very good replacements in my opinion. This season could basically be as good as the last couple of seasons. As long as we get a happy ending. That's all I want from this year. I just want a happy ending. I don't want to finish just 4th place and then lose the Euro Places playoff or something like that. I want to do something important. I want to be in Europe end of this season. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, do remember, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, ding the bell as well to get notified whenever a new video comes out. I will be back next time for Antwerp and Club Brugge, and we're going to be playing in our brand new stadium for the first time. See you next time.